What's up, my boo? I gotta be honest, today I really felt like just laying in bed and watching Netflix. I did not want it to do a podcast episode. I don't feel creative. I don't feel inspired. I just don't feel like filming content because I just don't really know what to talk about. But I found this subject that might help you guys because I've been dealing with that. So today we're going to talk about seasonal depression. And I was thinking to myself, like, oh yeah, this year is not as bad as the last year. But now I'm out here having all the symptom of seasonal depression. So I'm like, yeah, maybe you're lying to yourself a little bit because I do not feel inspired. I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay in bed. I look outside. There's snow everywhere. Okay, there's snow everywhere. It's so fucking cold. There's nothing to do. So I'm just in my house trying to brainstorm some ideas for my social media, and I'm just like, what the fuck should I do? Because there's literally nothing to do. And when I feel uninspired, I like to take my camera out, go into the forest, and just film some like cinematic content. But now I can't do that because it's like so cold outside. Well, at least today it's really cold. So today I could not do that. I would love to do it though, but I can't. So, today we're going to talk about seasonal depression. Seasonal depression is actually called seasonal affective disorder, and it is a type of depression. And seasonal depression, like the words say, it's a type of depression that happens during the fall or the winter. I know that a lot of you guys suffer from seasonal depression, and if you don't, you're really lucky. I envy you. So the fact that we have shorter day and less daylight trigger a chemical change in the brain. The symptom of seasonal depression is pretty similar of a normal depression. So you might have a sad or depressed mood. You have a loss of interest or pleasure in activities you used to enjoy. You can also have a change in your appetite, so maybe you're eating less, maybe you're eating more, and a lot of the time you might be craving a lot of carbs. Symptoms also include loss of energy, so you might feel really tired and need more time to sleep, and even if you sleep a lot, you still feel tired. And honestly, that's where I'm at right now emotionally. I just hate winter, okay, you guys? I live in Montreal, Canada, so like the winter here are not fun at all. It's so cold. There's snow everywhere. And to be honest, I like when it's warm. Okay, I am not made for this type of temperature. I like when it's sunny outside. Honestly, it just boosts my mood when there's sun and it's warm. I just cannot deal with that. I cannot deal with winter. It is so shitty. And I always hated the winter time. So I feel like this is going to be a really short episode, but I really wanted to talk about it because some people don't know that seasonal depression exists, and sometimes it can be really lonely to feel like that. I think that in the generation that we are now, where it's so preached to hustle and work 24/7, when you have seasonal depression, it is so hard to deal with because we live in a generation where we praise hustling and working 24/7. And I think it's just not human to just always be on the grind and always work. And if you're feeling like me personally, I have to deal with seasonal depression. And when I'm feeling depressed and I feel sad and I don't want to do anything, but I look at my business and I'm like, fuck, I need to work, I need to make money. And I see everyone on social media working and grinding and, you know, achieving all those goals. But I'm out here feeling so depressed and I'm like, I have to force myself out of bed to actually just do something. I had to force myself to record this podcast episode. I didn't do nothing today, nothing productive. Like, I did my cardio this morning, but like, I just felt like doing nothing. I just felt like laying in bed, and I blame myself a lot, okay? I've been feeling like that a lot for the past days because now we have snow everywhere and it's really cold, but I've been like blaming myself because I'm not working. But I'm also like, I need to rest also, and it's not my fault, but I'm in this dilemma where I want to work, I want to do my thing, I want to grind, I want to work on my business, but I just feel so depressed and I just feel so sad and I just have no energy and I just have a lack of interest in anything that I do, that I'm just conflicted and I'm like, what should I do? So, if you're feeling like me, I wanted to give you some tips on how to manage seasonal depression because it's not easy. And it took me a long time to actually find tips that really did help me with that. So, I'm going to share that with you guys. My first tips is going to be about supplement. Okay, I'm going to share with you the supplement that I take that really help with my seasonal depression. So the first supplement I recommend you take during the winter time when you have seasonal depression is vitamin D. So usually we have our vitamin D from the sun, but now in the winter time, the days are shorter, we have less daylight, so we have a loss of vitamin D. So that's why it's really important to take a supplement of vitamin D during the winter. Another supplement that really helped me is 5-HTP. So 5-HTP is a neurotransmitter for the serotonin and dopamine in your brain. This supplement will help you regulate your mood. And actually, this supplement really did help me to get out of my depression back in 2021 where I was feeling really low. I started taking that and it did really help. But before taking any supplement, please ask your doctor if it's okay for you to take those supplements, because I'm not a doctor or anything like that, so I can't give you advice on this, but those are the two supplements that did really help me with my mood. Another thing I like to do to help me boost my mood and beat my seasonal depression is to keep my home clean. Because we all know that a clean space, when everything is organized, everything is clean, is so good for your brain. And honestly, it just make me feel so good to go to sleep and wake up in the morning and seeing that my house is totally clean and I don't have to deal with anything that I don't need to deal with, like dishes in the sink and stuff like that. Eating healthy and exercising is so important for your mental health. Even if it's just seasonal depression or normal depression, honestly, I know it's hard to get out of bed and go exercise, but try to do the best that you can. I know it's not easy. You would rather lay in bed and do nothing, but please just make a small little effort to at least eat healthy and go exercise. If you don't have the energy to go to the gym, maybe just go take a walk outside, and honestly, it would really help you. Because we all know that exercising and eating healthy help you lower your cortisol level, and cortisol is the stress hormone. So it really helps with your mood. I like to do things that make my body feel good. So I know that my mental health is not the best. My state of mind is not feeling well. Well, at least I know that my body is healthy and is feeling well. And I know that when I exercise, when I eat healthy, I am way more confident with my body. And this just really just boosts my mood. Another thing I like to do when I have seasonal depression is prioritize my rest. And with that, you really got to find your balance and not sleep too much and still like know when it's time to get up and do your thing. I'm not saying that you should sleep 12 to 15 hours. I'm saying that I'm going to prioritize my rest. I'm going to sleep my 8 hours. I'm going to make sure that my sleep quality is good. I'm going to take my supplements so my sleep quality is good. And I'm going to check in with myself and see, okay, did I do the most important thing I needed to do? Yes. Do I have still energy to do other things I needed to do? Yes or no? And then it's going to depend on my answer. But if I don't have the energy to do something else, I'm just going to be done with my day and I'm going to go rest and do little things that doesn't really require me to have a lot of energy. But it's important to know that you should never rot in your bed, okay? If you have seasonal depression, I know you have less energy, you're feeling tired, and it's important to prioritize your rest, of course. But like I said, you got to find your balance and not rot in bed, okay? Go take a shower, do your meal prep, go to the gym, and if you only had energy for that, that's gonna be it. But at least you are not laying there in your bed, rotting and waiting for time to pass. And the last thing that did really help me with my seasonal depression, a thing that I didn't really had over the past years, is going out with friends. Now I have really good friends in my life and I'm so grateful for them. But going out with my friend just make me get out of my head. As simple as that. And I know that when you have seasonal depression, you're a lot in your head and you don't feel like doing nothing. And going out with your friend just remind you how fun life can be and how beautiful life can be. How sometimes we put ourselves in a sad mood, but in reality, our life is good. So try to spend as much time as you can with your friend when you're feeling like that. And I promise you, it really gonna help. And I know that it's hard to just get up and put your makeup on and have the energy to do things with your friend, but I promise you, it is worth it. And I want you to know that recording this podcast episode for me was really hard because I have to deal with seasonal depression and I do not feel inspired. I do not feel creative. I don't have energy. I would rather sleep. And it is really hard for me to record it right now. And it was really hard for me to just get myself up, put my makeup on, put my camera in front of me, and just start talking. And it's normal. I have to accept it. Sometimes I'm not always going to be feeling my best, and that's okay. But at least now I did the effort to record a podcast episode, even if maybe it's not the best, maybe it's not the longer, but at least I did it. I promised myself that I would do it, so I did it. So I'm really proud of myself with that. And if I can inspire you and motivate you to do the same thing, if you're listening to this podcast and you're rotting in bed and you feel ashamed of yourself, if I can motivate you to just at least get up, go do the dishes, go take a shower, go do something. And I know it's hard, you don't want to do it, but I promise you, you're going to be feeling way better and we're gonna get through this. Winter is not permanent, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, this episode, and please don't forget to give my podcast a 5-star review on Spotify. I would appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I really hope you guys have a wonderful day, and remember that I love you, my boo. Bye-bye.